Well, during the fall, I do volleyball and football, and I'm also in the studio. So Monday will come around and I will be in the studio Monday. We have a show from 7 to 9 every day. My day usually starts at 1 and ends at about 9:30. Tuesday, the same thing. My day will start at 1 and end at 9:30. And then some Tuesdays I leave for a volleyball game, which I would have on Wednesdays, but on the Tuesdays that I don't, then I'll also be in studio on, say, a Wednesday. Thursday, I always am transitioning to football mode. So that's when I'm traveling to the football location, attending practices, talking to players, trying to get the behind-the-scenes stories that I can tell on the sideline. Friday, we meet with all of the home team coaches, offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, the players again, making sure that you're getting those stories told. Saturday, you're waking up at about 8 and we have a late game, so you're working from 8 a.m. to, let's say, 11-ish, and then Sunday I'm traveling back home. So my work week is off Sunday. Every other day you're basically working, and at some point you're also fitting in conference calls because you have production conference calls, and you also have to talk to your away coaches maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, so no days off in the fall. I think the biggest surprise was that, first of all, being in an anchor chair was completely different for me. So learning how to read highlights, it was surprising how difficult that is. I mean, you see people do it on SportsCenter all the time, and they do such a great job and make it look easy, but it's not that simple. So I think maybe the biggest surprise was the transition from just being a sideline reporter, just being an analyst for volleyball and basketball, and getting into an anchor chair, how truly difficult that was, and kind of getting through that moment. But at the same time, I've enjoyed every single second of it, and I think it's taught me a lot about how to be a well-rounded broadcaster. I would tell any student athlete that wants to work in sports broadcasting that you ultimately have to be willing to put in the work. I mean, you're going to have to intern, you're going to have experience, and that's what the decision makers and the employers are going to want to see when they're trying to hire you. I would also tell them to really invest in their athletic administration. I know that when I was coming up and trying to find a job, I spoke to my athletic director, I spoke to my sports information department, and you tell them what your dreams are, because you never know, who they can connect you with, and ultimately who can help you at the end of the day. So it's all about networking and going out and gathering experience, and also being able to go and do internships. I would tell women that they are under a spotlight whether they want it or not, and people are going to be constantly looking at you to see what you have to offer. What do you bring to the table? So always be well prepared, always be well informed, and always know that in sports you're probably going to be a minority, but that could be a big advantage or it could be a disadvantage. Use it to your advantage, because you're always going to be the one that everybody remembers. If you bring something to the table, if you use your voice, then you're going to be the one that walks away leaving the biggest impression. And never forget that, and also that you deserve to be there. Don't ever be afraid. Don't ever go into a corner and feel isolated. You deserve to be there. Stand up, use your voice, have great posture, and understand that women in sports is a beautiful thing.